Welcome to the Town of Fairfield Shellfish Commission meeting, December 8th, 2021. Present are John Short, Tim Macklin, Sean Cohen, Lizette Enhofer, Cindy Wakeman, and Bruce Kiepner. And we have a quorum. Call to order. Well, first thing, we'll welcome Bruce.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome, Bruce.
Hi.
All right, we'll go to Bills and Communications. Did everyone have a chance to look at the draft meeting minutes of November 10th, 2021?
I didn't get an email with it.
You did.
I didn't. I searched through my emails.
It's in with the agenda. Did you get the agenda?
Yeah.
Oh.
I searched.
You're on the list.
I received the thing on the creek and the dredging.
Oh, it was right before that.
But I did not.
Anyone have take a look at the minutes? Have any changes, corrections, questions?
Nothing from me.
Punctuation, everything?
I'm keeping my mouth shut now.
Everything's good? All right, someone want to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of November 10th, 2021?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
Oh, that's okay. Okay. I'll second. No, thank you. Then.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Committee reports. Clam relay and planting. You want to go with no report tonight? We're all done for the year. Anyone got anything?
Nope.
All right, so we'll go to water and habitat quality. Cindy or Lizette?
Lizette, do you want to do that one?
Sure. We had 1.12 inches of rain. We're not closed at all. Wait. Oh, 7 days open, 22 days closed, sorry.
Yes, we are now open.
We're open now.
And,
Calendar year, we've been closed for 119 days.
Third.
I think that's about the average is a third.
Is it?
Yeah. So,
We're on par.
this year it happened to be all during the summer, but,
September and October, for sure.
So our weather station, I think, was arriving, possibly it already arrived or it's arriving tomorrow. So they'll be installing that soon, and then we'll have an accurate reading again on the rainfall.
Where will that be installed?
It's in the same place as the old one, which is above Tim Bishop's office in conservation. And if you want to access it, you can go on Wonderground, the weather app,
Yeah.
and go to the Fairfield Town Hall weather station,
Okay.
and it'll tell you, how much rain we get during rainfall. And,
Where is that?
it's called Wonderground, right?
Yeah.
Weather
Underground.
Weather Underground.
Yeah. There's an app.
It's all right.
We all go to our phones.
Yeah.
I think I still have it. Yeah.
And it shows that it's snowing right now.
Yeah.
Weather Underground, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good, because if you have any questions as to how much it's
Okay.
raining out,
Wonderground.
Under.
Yeah.
underneath the picture of the radar, you just hit more, and it'll tell you the precipitation for the day. Not above the radar, underneath the temperature. So precipitation today, we got 0.01.
What part of that?
Right under the.
Yeah.
All right.
That's kind of cool. Okay. Who knew?
Anything else on water and habitat?
Don't think so. That's
So on our last time to close, we got an email, was that and they sort of sent us an email and it kind of tricked us into thinking that we're open.
Oh, yeah.
But it was actually just the commercial beds that opened. And so then 2 weeks went by and I emailed right before Thanksgiving, Aquaculture, I said, can we open? And they said, oh yeah, you can open, we forgot. The samples came back good. So I'm not actually sure if they went out and resampled or if they're just talking about the samples from when they sent us the commercial opening. But I did call on that commercial opening issue and they said that they hadn't sampled and we couldn't open. So that's why we waited an additional 2 weeks.
Yep, that's it.
Top one?
The bottom one, right
Oh, the
there.
bottom one.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
All right, so do we want to go, we're done with water and habitat quality, nothing else?
Yes, that's it.
All right, we'll go to permits and access. Cindy or Lizette?
So it says on here, you can see, Shellfish permit, 2021, 377, as of October 31st, 2021. So now we're up to 377.
All right, so I think that's it for the year, 377, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And, so Tim, are you there? Bishop?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so last year, some people started to buy permits early, 380?
380, so we sold
380,
3 more since.
all right.
Oh, okay.
So some people started to buy permits early, and, they're not valid until January 1st. So I guess I'll talk to Joanne, and if anyone puts in for a permit, it'll be good for next year, because there's only a couple weeks left in the season. So I think that there was an issue last year as to what we were supposed to do if someone came in or filled out the form and it was for next year. And so Joanne will know what to do with that, but I'll probably give her a call tomorrow, unless you want to talk.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Anything else on permits and access? I'll just say that we ordered a book for next year, 450 permits, so we have a goal. Southport Beach reopening, go to Cindy on that, I guess. What's wrong?
Well, we got the results back, but I haven't viewed these a lot. Do you have a sense as to what some of these numbers represent? I mean, basically, you sent us the results, but there's no kind of ongoing tally of whether that's good, whether that's bad, just raw numbers.
From mine, they look high. That's all I could say. I know that 14 is a number we look for, 14 or less, and I see everything over that.
Yeah, I'm seeing things over 800.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's
And that's in
Southport.
Southport Beach, right?
Mike and I did we did the samples last month.
last month, that was,
So we probably have to talk to Alyssa about what the numbers really mean.
had 28, wow, that was late in the season.
I'll reach out to her.
October.
Yeah, there are, this time of year, there's issues with geese and then also dogs on the beach. So numbers can get thrown off.
Are there horses down there too?
Hmm?
Are there horses down there too?
I don't think Southport.
Southport, probably not. There's
Jennings.
nowhere to park. Jennings is the beach jam.
I was surprised to hear
And then
that.
there's a
They
lot
don't
of
have to clean
branch
up
come in
below
this
the
time of
water
year,
line.
which hang around right on the beach. So we'll find out and see. But
I'll reach out to Alyssa and find out how this compares with the other ones and whether we're going up or down and how much.
yeah, we just go through this whole thing and then when the time comes, we probably have to start talking to the powers that be in the town about where the actual sewage is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And what are the options on getting it taken care of? Is it a leaky sewer pipe? Is it a septic that's overflowing or what? But it's one of those things. Because with our DNA samples, it showed mostly human. So it's a leaky pipe. All right, so,
Are many of those abutting properties on septic or sewer? Is there a breakdown?
the town would have a breakdown. There is a bunch of septic in that, along the whole Mill River, and then there's also sewers. It, you know, it really gets hot as you get below 95. That's where our hot zone is, or where the most of the problem is, so it's probably a septic, it could be a crack pipe, but there's no way, there's ways to find out, but not right now. We probably have to finish the sampling and do some more DNA testing, and then we can go for that push. But, all right, so you guys are gonna need a new member of your crew. But you know the criteria of when to go out when it rains over half an inch. And you have all the,
I've never been to the locker, I'll get that stuff from you.
give you a key and
Yep.
show you. And do you have a key to the locker?
I do. I also, from Dad's, I have the pole with the little cup thing, so I have that
All right.
if need be.
Let me ask you, with the pole and the cup, when you're on foot, what does the pole and the cup do for you? Nothing, right?
Nope,
When you're in a boat, though,
I'm sure it feels nice, but, you know.
just have that
Don't have to bend down.
Your arm wet.
All right, we'll go to commercial shellfish regulations, and we'll go with no report, because there's been no commercial shellfish in a long time. Oyster bed development. You wanna start on that, Tim?
I mean, we don't really have much, right? We kind of closed down for the season, we still gotta check on the,
Yeah, we have a little bit of work to do, which would be, if we wanna get any of the bags of shell out of the harbor, and there's a couple bags of oysters we should probably remove. Tom Corse called me and said that he took all the spat collectors and rods out of the trailer and put them next to the storage container. So we should probably just go check that out.
you know, yeah, I did that this week, I was there Sunday and they were still in the trailer, so.
Yeah, so,
I didn't know if we wanted to put those plastic pallet things down first before we moved them, but.
yeah, so my big pile of plastic pallets disappeared. I'll get some. What else, oyster bed development? So, on Tuesday, we met with Zosia Bowman from UConn Sea Grant, a professor from UConn and 2 grad students from UConn who brought down a drone, and they did a mapping of Ash Creek. And so it was a pretty nice drone, and they were able to put a flight plan in, and the drone just followed the plan back and forth and photographs the whole marsh. And then they ran it back up there with a thermal imaging camera to see if the oysters actually put off any heat signature. And that was, I don't know, the researchers. Tim Bishop came down and checked it out. It was, you know, it was cool to see. It was a $100,000 drone. Fits in a suitcase. They're gonna use some of that as a start to the restoration in Connecticut. I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna use it, but they'll probably check out, remap it and see if the oyster reefs have grown or shrunk or, you know, what's going on. But, we'll learn more about it with, everything that's going on in the state of oyster shellfish restoration, which is just starting off. So, I'll keep you informed. I went down to pick up the oysters and clams at Norm Bloom's facility in Norwalk, and Norm was there, so he took me on a tour of the place. He's got a really nice upweller system there. There's probably 100 tanks, and they're big giant cages that get lowered into the water. You have the electric winch and all that. You roll it down, you hit the button, it lifts the cage up, you wash it, lower it back down, But the interesting thing was, he had,
Is it all cold in the cages, or is it actual?
the oysters.
It's oysters?
Yeah.
How big are the cages?
They're
Big, right?
Yeah,
They're
they're
packed full of
almost as
oysters?
wide as the table.
They're just packed full?
Yeah.
Wow, so you can overload them up like that, and there's no...
Well, I don't know how, they weren't all the way to the top.
Oh, got it.
He does have cages that are packed full. So, he had clams in a couple of the tanks. So I said, oh, it'd be nice if we could put some clams in our downwater system. And, he said, how many do you want? So I said, we could probably handle 150,000. He said, all right, well, we're gonna buy a couple million next year. And what we'll do is we'll grow them out for you to the size you want that you can put in your downwellers, and then grow them further, and then you can plant them. So next year, we're gonna get some clams and maybe fill a couple of our downwellers with clams. And he said that, the oysters are they're dirty little animals. So, he said the clams are a little cleaner, so you might not have to clean your tanks as much. But he said, he thinks a lot of the stuff that comes in our tanks is all oyster.
Generated?
Yeah, excellent. So, kind of interesting. But, so we should probably get in on this clam thing, because it's gonna be harder and harder to get clams, even though we do have our natural bed, which is fairly loaded, but, if we grow 100,000, it's like doing, 3 relays almost. When we do a relay, we're putting out 35,000 clams, 36,000. So if we grow 100,000 successfully, and that's like, we could seed up Southport with that, which would be nice. If it comes down, put a little bit there, put a little bit on Sasco. That's something to look forward to. The other thing is, he did invite us on a tour of the facility. So they have their upwellers there, they have their oyster processing area, they have gigantic cages full of oysters, like, 8 feet wide, 8 feet tall, just packed solid, and there's guys in there cleaning them, sorting them out. Then you go from there, they have the shucking room where they shuck and then can the oysters. They have a little museum there, and then he said he wanted to take us on the boat to show us how they harvest the oysters. So,
Wow.
when it gets warm out, we'll do a little field trip if everyone's interested.
Yes.
And, go on the boat and check out the facility, check out the upwellers, and all that.
Great.
Where is this?
It's in Norwalk, so.
First Street, is it? Or right
I
off
think
First
that is,
Street?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's right, you know where Overton's is? And then there's an ice cream place there?
No.
Down the
It's right
turn
by-
of over.
when you're going towards calf pasture,
Okay.
you sort of take a right,
So, okay,
halfway down, and it's down in there.
cool.
It's like it looks like a little building, and then
Was he
it
always there?
expands.
Or was he on the other side, over by Water Street?
So, I'm not sure if that's maybe a relative that's over on Water Street.
But there's another
Yeah, there's another.
big oyster producer.
So, and then he's also got the place in Stratford now, Brown's Marina, and, we'll be doing some things down there too. So, we got a little something to look forward to in the spring,
Great.
unless you wanna go out in the winter.
No.
No.
Anything else on oyster bed development?
No, I mean, I got some, shell recycling stuff to talk about. I don't know if we want to do that in business.
Let's see, do we wanna do that now, Tom?
Doesn't matter to me.
Is it further in the agenda?
We usually...
No, you might as well talk about it now.
No, okay. So, there is a woman in Stamford, who I brought up before, her name's Taisha Cole, who's trying to get a shell recycling program going in Stamford. She's been trying, and she got approval to do kind of like a pilot program with 5 restaurants. Her big issue is that she doesn't have a storage site for her shell. So she's looking for us to partner up with her, to coordinate, basically storing shell for her. And it's basically, she's approved to do a 12-week pilot program with 5 restaurants. She doesn't quite know how much shell it will be, but we would basically just accept her shell in our current location. She also would like us to do a 30-second video clip of us talking about the shell recycling restoration that she needs for the people that she's partnering up with. She's closed her nonprofit is, I think, called Closed Loop Initiative Partners, and then she's trying to partner up with like a curbside composting company. So basically another company that's gonna help her collect the shell and then get it transported to us.
Where would we put it?
We have a location where so for our current program, we put it all behind the conservation workshop. So, there's like, basically a paved area with cement blocks that we put basically all of our shell there. So we have a designated area already. So it would just be adding to our collection. I specifically asked her if she wanted it back, or, shell back in kind, and she actually just emailed me back like 5 minutes ago. And she didn't address that question, so I'll follow up with her on that. But it would be, her pilot program is supposed to start in the spring sometime. So I just told her that we would need to bring it up at this meeting and I assume vote on it to approve if we want to do it or not.
No, I don't know if we need to vote on it.
Okay. So if we're all on board with it, then I'll just tell her, yeah, we'll partner up with her. Yeah?
Anyone have any objections on that?
No, I think it's a good
I think
thing.
it's fine.
Yeah, there are other people that try to get shell recycling programs going in the state. She's one of them. There's some from Zosha up in.
So after the 12 weeks, then we'll assess how much shells she collected and all that, and.
Yeah, we'll keep track of it.
Further.
If they want it back, or,
Yeah.
She didn't specifically say, but we have plenty of it.
How is she gonna get the shell then?
I haven't got that far with her, but it's, I think that's one of the reasons she's partnering up with some of these companies to help transport it.
All right,
But there's, video and some pictures and stuff that she sends and I can, take care of.
Myself and Tim have signed up for the NACE event in Portland, Maine, coming up in January, to attend the day of shell recycling seminars and fun.
Mm-hmm. We cold up there too.
If anyone else is interested in going,
Great restaurants.
it doesn't seem
Restaurants,
like
good beer.
Potentially, I go there all the time.
Yeah, go to Jay's Oyster Bar.
Yeah.
we'll try to hit as many as we can. So we'll get some knowledge there. All right. Nothing else on oyster bed? Good?
Nothing.
All right. Go to the old communications and, start off with Sean.
So we successfully, with our 1621 Pilgrim Thanksgiving Palooza program, educated the town of Fairfield as to the early origins of shellfish at Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody here had some. We got a mixed result. We got a handful of people posted pictures. We ended up picking one. As John mentioned, he ended up bringing back the cops. How many did we get? Maybe 100 clams and 50 oysters, something like that.
Not quite, but.
A little bit. But anyway, we got a photo op and we posted that and presented it to Kim Meyer down in the beach area. So that worked fine, I think. I think people aren't used to giveaways from us, but they'll get used to them. This is, second one we've done this past year. John mentioned about the notifications. It's always been one of those things where that was my mix-up last time with it going out. But it doesn't feel like it's consistent with getting the notification, so.
It's not.
And
they never send us the commercial openings, only the recreational, so.
So we just gotta work on that, so we can relay information correctly.
Back to the giveaway, it was, an interesting fact, or maybe not, that the people who both won lived on like parallel streets in the same neighborhood.
Did they?
Well, the last one was over on.
Oh, he was in the same area, but
Yeah.
I think it was farther down.
Yeah, it was, not Forest Ave, but the street on the other side, Long Bean,
Oh, okay.
and then this one was Pratt, which, not very far away, one else.
The beach people.
Yeah,
In
it's
the
like,
area.
almost the same, like doing the same thing, because the houses are up high, so you walk up the steps, well, that's nice pictures on the porch. But they were grateful.
They look happy in the pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Other than that, do we have any others? I mean, the SPAC collection, the Thanksgiving thing, those are kind of, big things to be talking about. Do we have anything else big coming up that we should be planning towards in
We
communication?
do a clam clinic in June?
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that yet.
Okay.
We'll get that on the agenda for next month. No, I mean, there's a gathering of the Shellfish Commissioners, but that's not really anything for the public. We could, afterwards talk about it. I don't know, I posted something the other day.
Yep.
From Sea Grant.
I mean, I don't know if we don't talk about it, we can do like a little highlighting piece on the shell recycling programs. There's not much to report right now. We'll take pictures of the pile of shell and give some numbers on how much we've recycled. Tell people to go eat oysters at restaurants because the ones that get chucked.
What about, you get your permit early so you don't forget, or,
Yeah.
online. Really?
Okay, if anybody, I can do something, let me know.
I'll send you
Otherwise,
pictures.
shell recycling is good.
Yeah, I'll send you pictures and,
Yep.
some amounts of, the pounds of shell we recycled.
Yep.
Do you think that there's any way that we can do some kind of a poll to see what, like throw out a couple suggestions of what we can possibly look forward to doing next year? Once it gets warm?
I don't know, question is how many responses will we get? I mean, the answer is it's easy to just post it, we'll see what we get. I mean,
Okay.
So do you know how to do that?
what, a poll?
Yeah.
It's probably easy to figure out.
It's on Reddit all the time, and I click on these things. I'd love to know how to set that thing up. Like,
I'm sure Facebook has tools to do it, so I'll just look into it.
okay, that's it for communications?
Yep.
All right, downwellers, so, downwellers, we actually have to go down there and put some water in the downwellers, throw some rock salt in there, and take the pump out. I think that we should probably, if someone wants to talk to, Tim, or wants to talk to, someone at Yankee, right?
Mm-hmm.
They do the electric.
Yeah.
Of upping our electric supply to a 208, 230 volt, line, so that we can put a, 1.5 horsepower pump on our downwells, so we can get more water in those things.
Yep.
I don't know if we're willing to do it, if we have to pay for it, we can pay
Yeah,
for
I
it.
don't know, yeah, do we have to go through Tim, do we have to go through the town to do that, or can we just, I know you,
No, I have to go to,
You are?
Public Works.
Public Works?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we already have the panel down there.
Yeah.
Just need the line run underground. Anything else on downwellers? I think they'll be good for the winter, right? Should we maybe order over the winter? We should probably order some new plugs for them. 6 more plugs and some more of the rubber straps that hold the lids on. Other than that, if we find out about the electric, then we can order a pump. And we could possibly look into a self-priming pump, or a pump that has a screen on it, like a catch basin. So we catch all the twigs in that before they go into the impeller.
Do we need to worry about, the gravel around the area with the snow coming and, plowing and such in the parking lot?
So I think we're far enough back from the parking lot, and there's the fuel tanks that are in front of our downwellers. I don't think they need to access those over the winter. I don't think there's any fuel, I think the fuel station's shut down now. So I think we're safe with that, but good thing you brought that up. We do have to talk to Public Works to get another strip of gravel put down for when you're facing the water on the left-hand side, because it just turns to dirt over there with the salt water and all that. So if we got like maybe 3 more feet of gravel put in, it gives us a little bit of a working area there, so that we don't just create a big mud patch. And then maybe in the spring, we should probably buy a bag of seed and throw some seed down some of that grass that we
Poor grass.
might build up. Who knows, maybe they'll come back really green with all that oyster.
Yeah, that fertilizer.
All right, so I showed Norm Bloom the video of the downwellers, and he's like, wow, that's a nice system, so.
Great.
Ours was 6,000, his was 600,000 or more. So, all right, we'll go reports from the Conservation Department. Okay, let's read them off, okay? Shellfish fund balance,
Good.
$29,591.45 as of November 30th, 2021. And as you see, we have 380 shellfish permits through November 30th. We've got our closure period, as Lizette said, open 2/15, close 1/19. And our budget status, which we'll talk about under new business. Anything else from the Conservation Department, Tim?
No, I think that's about it.
And did the weather station come in today, or is it coming tomorrow, or?
Scheduled for delivery tomorrow.
All right.
So as soon as I have it in hand, I'll get in touch with building and IT and get it hooked up.
Perfect. All right. You guys ready for old business, dredging of Pine Creek? So, we all got all kinds of, documents on the dredging of Pine Creek, so we'll go over it quick. Like I said before, there's a group of residents that wants to get Pine Creek dredged, for fear of floods and the fact that their boats are bottoming out on the way out of the creek. There's an area, right outside the creek that they want to dredge, it's mostly sand. They determined that they can put that sand possibly on some of the private beaches right along, parallel to Pine Creek. And then, that shouldn't really affect us, but they do want to dredge inside the creek on the area that's parallel to the shore, and then going around the bend for a short bit. In that inside area, there's oysters growing, there might be mussels growing. So I met with Tim and Alessandra yesterday.
Consultant, yeah.
And we talked about it, and I said we'd probably want to do a site visit before we make any recommendations. So does anyone have any time? Maybe next week?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I'm in Jersey.
All right,
I could,
okay.
might, depends on the day, it's,
Yeah, we can do a week.
depends on the day and the time.
Well, let's see what the weather's gonna be like.
It's gonna get warm next
Yeah,
week.
it's gonna be more this weekend. 60 this weekend.
So Monday, I'm probably too busy, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's gonna be in the 50s, no rain. So let's see what the tide is like, because that's what makes the difference. So, when we go observe, we just wanna see, where there's oysters growing and sort of document it on a map and take a few pictures.
Monday's low at 111.
Wednesday, 111. How about Tuesday?
Tuesday's low at 203.
203?
They're all midday.
Anyone available Tuesday?
I'd be available up until about 1:30, so I couldn't be there dead low.
Cindy?
I could do it.
All right. Do you want to set that we'll meet Tuesday? Let's see. The best way to see that, we probably want to meet at the end of Fairfield Beach Road. It's sort of like a turnaround / parking lot at the very end. And then, maybe we could just drive down the road and sort of go back and take a look. There's another area we could go. We have to drive all the way around to, what's the road that goes by the golf course?
Dam Road?
Is it Old Dam Road?
Yeah, but I think Fairfield Beach Road is the better vantage point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really just those little garages and houses.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
We'll just take a slow ride down the road and try to pop in between some houses,
Mhm.
take some pictures.
What time?
You have to be out of there at 1:30,
1:30.
and low tide was what time?
2:03.
2 or 3 or
2:03? I got 2:19 here, but, you wanna meet at 1? Not the greatest tide in the world, but it's not bad. Plus .23, so that'd be fairly low. we should be able to see what we need to see.
You want to meet at the turnaround?
Yeah, let's meet at the turnaround at the end of Fairfield Beach Road.
Yeah.
At what time?
1.
1 o'clock, Tuesday, December 14th. All right. So, they do want to dredge up into the creek, and from what she said, they really would just be doing the middle of it, not taking the sides. But we do have to take into consideration when they make a hole in the middle, that the sides are gonna sort of come down and fill that up a little bit. So, we don't want them doing this work during the spawning season. As for fish spawning, that's marine fisheries, that's up to them. We know when the oyster spawning season is, it's when the water hits 70, which is generally the first 2 weeks of July. So, you know, we want them to do this in the fall, I'd say. It's probably gonna be a little time out before they can get going on this. They'd have to get permits, approvals, but we can take advantage of it by knowing what's there and making sure that stays there, gets put back, and then possibly a little enhancement with some more culture, some more live oysters and that. So what I told her was we do our little research mission, and then we'd write a recommendation. So I think if 3 of us go down there and take a look, then we can get together and get a recommendation and give it to them, and they give them, we give them our blessing if they agree to, you know, what we've put in there. And that's all we're going to deal with is the shellfish aspect of it. There's going to be all kinds of other issues they have to deal with that has nothing to do with us, contaminants and, you know, testing and all that. And we really just want any shellfish that are there to either be kept or replaced, and then possibly some enhancement if there's work going on down there. You guys got a ton of paperwork, so you can look it all over. And if you want to, you know, we'll probably just email back and forth or something, or text if you have anything you want to say about it. So I'll send an email out after we do our research, and then we'll come up with what they need. Anything else on that?
Nope.
Tim?
Yeah, that about sums up our meeting from the other day.
All right.
I could be out there too, Tuesday if you want.
Sure. All right, so you know where that is, down the end of the beach road there?
Yeah. I'd like to see it too.
Yeah, go all the way down to the end, and then, yeah, well, it'll be better if you're there anyway, because you have that jacket that says conservation on it.
Right. Make it look real official.
Yeah, good. Someday we'll talk about jackets for the Shellfish Commission. Not today. All right, so that's it.
We gotta talk about the budget first.
We have a fund, we could just, you know. Those are nice jackets. Got some nice jackets.
Yeah?
Oh,
I haven't seen the content.
Oh, yeah.
I'll check them out.
Nice yellow ones. That's it. So want to have anything else on that? So everyone look at their info. You guys, you don't have the big pile of it, right?
Yeah.
You have it on.
Was that,
Do you have the file?
well, it was emailed to us.
Yeah, you have the email.
Did they say they were gonna print it out for us? So I didn't print it.
If anyone wants a printed copy, it's right here.
The whole thing?
But you all have it on email, so
Yeah.
just take a look over it.
Smells good.
It's a lot of papers.
Okay. All right, we'll go to new business. Election of officers for 2022. So we had a nominated
You wanna,
committee.
quick, sorry, old business, just t-shirts, do you care? Hats, t-shirts? The guy's really busy, I emailed him again, I told him that we wanted to do it, and he said, okay, I'll get back to you with a specific price based on what was available, because of supply issues. I haven't heard back from him, but I'll let you know.
We gotta get this going, because there's someone that needs a shirt really bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get on it.
One of the higher ups. Right, Tim?
Hat and shirt?
Right. Double
I got
X,
that.
please.
All right. So,
If you need, I've been working with Minuteman. he did the printing on the jackets. If you need another price or an alternative,
Okay,
Susan
yeah.
over there has been really helpful.
Yeah, it's Mark's art. He was the guy, I guess, that we used last time we got the shirts, but he's just been complaining that he's been super busy, so I emailed him today and see what he says.
I use Minuteman
Okay.
for my business also. They do all my shirts, they do my jackets, they do everything, the stickers.
Station, Bettyline?
Yeah, they're right over, near Bodega, and,
Okay.
right by, in the back by the gas
Okay,
station.
got it.
And they
All right,
knock it out.
I'll send you, yeah, I'll let you know what the price is.
All right. So we'll go back to the election of officers. So we have a nominating committee, which was Lizette and Sean.
Correct.
Did anyone show any interest?
We have received some interest.
Okay. Secretary.
Yes,
No interest on that.
no interest on that.
All right, so we're gonna nominate someone right now. Does anyone want to be the secretary, Cindy?
I see what you did there. Sure.
All right, so,
I nominate Cindy Hickman to be the secretary of the Shellfish Commission.
I second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, that was
Cindy, you're
fast.
secretary.
Thank you.
She'll get a shirt.
You know what that means, right?
Oh, God.
All correspondence from the Shellfish Commission has to go to you.
It's all right.
Your signature.
You're a good woman. I wasn't touching that one with it.
All right, so, vice chair, was there anyone interested in the vice chair?
There was. Nominate Tim Macklin, vice chair of the Shellfish Commission.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Tim Macklin, vice chair.
And John Short as chairman. Nomination for the
I'll second
Shellfish.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so, that's good. You didn't want secretary, did you? I'm messing with you, son. All right, vote on the draft 2022 Shellfish Commission meeting calendar. So find that in your, if you flip the page like that, it's on the very back page.
Oh, there it is.
Just take a quick look and see if there's any dates on there that you think might be a problem. When is our meeting? No, we're not on Wednesday.
Well, it is, well, no, we're not leaving until Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday's the 13th, right? So, it would be the day, it would be the morning of the 13th. 9th is...
I think the only one that I would have an issue with would be July. That's it. Because we usually go away for a couple weeks. But I can always just be absent.
You can call in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is April
Call
13th,
them.
is that during, like, April vacation for schools?
April,
That's a good question.
yeah, they moved it up now.
I think Fairfield is the following week, it's, starts the 18th through the 22nd.
Okay.
My anniversary is February 9th.
Leah's not gonna be happy.
Where she could be happy that she gets the ring.
Or the eggs. I'll get that.
I'm good with it. I know anything there.
That's fine.
Bruce, you good?
Works for me. I can't, if I'm not local, I can call in.
Mhm.
So, we are on the call-in, but we've only been able to call in since COVID started. Eventually, the COVID rules are probably gonna change, but that call-in part may not change. That might be a good thing to have in the future. Because I know I don't know about last summer, but the summer before, you know, it is hard to get everyone to get a quorum a couple of times. So, if the call-in stays in place, it'll help us to keep a quorum when, you know, it looks good now, but who knows where you're gonna be, you know, if you're on vacation or whatever.
I think people want to be involved, and sometimes they're on vacation, but you can pick up the phone and be there.
Makes
Right,
sense
but-
to keep it on.
So before, we were able to call in, right, and be in the meeting, but if you weren't here, it wasn't a quorum,
Right.
right? But now, with
Now
the
it
phones,
counts.
I think it's still a quorum.
Yeah, I think it counts, the person on the phone counts.
Yeah. So, we'll see if how long that stays in effect. So, all right, so, who wants to make a motion to approve that calendar for next year?
So moved.
Did you say make a
I
motion?
moved.
A second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Our 2022-2023 Shellfish Commission budget request, we're sticking with the same number, right, Tim?
Yes, that's correct.
We didn't think that we had anything special coming up, or there were gonna be any major changes where we need to possibly up the budget. But, next year we should probably go more into depth on it, because we may have some things or something like that. Right now, we're in pretty good condition. As long as I've been here, we've never asked for more money, and things seem to work out. So last year, we used 50% of it maybe, something like that, a little over that. But that's because everything was shut down. All right. Informational. Anyone have any good info they want to share? No? All right. I think the Norm Bloom thing should have probably came under informational. So we'll go to other, which is the gathering of the Shellfish Commissioners. We need to let Joanne know how many of us want to go, and so she can buy the tickets. You guys all got the email, or no?
I did it.
January 22nd, which is Saturday.
9 AM, right?
January 22nd.
And it's in, New Haven.
Okay.
How long does it last?
Goes till 2 o'clock usually, 1:30
From
to
like 9 to,
Like
9 to
2, yeah.
2:30.
okay,
Just serve lunch.
So when did she send that one out?
a while ago.
So that came from
Tessa Getches.
Tessa. So if you're not on the listserv, you wouldn't have got it.
I'll forward it to you.
So every
I
year,
don't.
Cindy and Bruce, there's a meeting with all the Shellfish Commissioners in the state gather. And they have certain seminars on, different things like algae blooms. They have a roundtable of all the commissions, say what they did during the year and what they're planning on doing. The Bureau of Aquaculture is there, and they talk to us on that. So it's a pretty good day. You get to meet people from around the state, see what the other commissions are doing. The truth is, the other commissions really come here to see what we're doing. But, no. It's fun to go to. If you don't have anything to do that Saturday, you don't have to stay till the whole thing, but.
The second half is usually, first half is usually presentations from like researchers, that kind of stuff, and the second half is
Second half is the round table.
round table, or just each commission like just talks about what they're up to, really.
So who thinks they can go?
Yeah.
1, 2,
I'd like to go.
4, 5, 6, all right.
I can't. I'm waiting to hear, competition dates for cheerleading. It has come from the state, hasn't come
Alright.
from the dates yet,
And
so I
then-
don't know. It's kind of open. I know they start somewhere in January, February, March, so.
Okay. Why don't we just put you down as tentative for going? What about Todd?
He said he wanted to go.
All right.
It's a Saturday,
So let's
usually.
tell Joanne we all want to go. Tim, do you want to go?
I would have to check as well.
Okay. Does anyone have the email open?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Does it say?
It's $25 you get by December 31st,
All right.
and then
So
$35 after the 1st, so might as well
if
just
you
have
guys could try to find out by the 31st.
I was,
If you don't, it's
yeah.
only $10 more. It's not going to kill us.
okay.
So we know Bruce, Cindy, Sean, John, Tim, and Todd, and then Lizette and Tim are tentative. So I'll have Joanne do the $25 ones right now,
Mm-hmm.
and then, the the other ones will be $35 or something. All right.
No.
All right, Bruce, why don't you introduce yourself?
Can you forward that to me?
Yes, I just sent it to you.
Thank you.
I sent it to you and
What-
Bruce sent it too.
What do you need? Pardon me?
Introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Bruce Kiefner. I've lived in Fairfield for a long time. We owned the Tide Mill for 40 years, Tide Mill building.
Oh, wow.
And that, by the way, had its own septic system right there at one point, until it was connected to the sewer. I've had a shellfish permit for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years or more, through the rich years and the lean years. And I'm an active sailor. I do a lot of sailing and skiing, cross-country skiing in the winter. I'm married and we live over by the high school. And that's about it.
Yeah, you live right up the road from me. All right. So you're used to being outside?
Yeah.
Good. We do a lot of stuff outside, so. We have a few things we do. You know, we do our clam clinic every year. We have our oyster downwellers, we have our oyster spat collector, the spat on shell, you know, and, no one's required to do anything. When you can help out, we ask that you help out,
Glad to do it.
you know.
No, I'm an oyster guy. I just go out in the winter.
All right.
If they're oysters.
Trying to make more.
Yeah, they're trying to get them out there. There's oysters there.
Are there any out there this year? We haven't gone.
Don't go down. There should be some because we put a bunch out there.
Yeah.
But they're loose oysters, so they float, you know, so they can get washed out and then we get a change in the currents or whatever and they'll come into, and they catch in that grass.
Yeah.
There's a lot growing on the...
On the rocks?
Yeah, on the rocks and stuff like that, more so than I've seen in
Yeah.
years, so something's going on.
Well, we haven't gone down there at all.
Anyone got anything else?
Nothing.
Nope, nothing. I'll try to drag it out for 5 more minutes or we're good?
Sarah's very excited about that.
Tim, remember anything else that we need to talk about?
No, everything sounded good. Nice to meet you all. We'll see you hopefully in person next time. And if I don't see you again, have a happy holiday.
You too.
Likewise.
And I'll send out an email regarding the Tuesday trip. All right, who wants to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting on December 8th, 2021.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.